Today is the 11th month, 20th day of 2018. I haven't shot any new videos in quite a while, so I thought I'd make this a really quick one. What you're looking at here is a Hermels 451050 grandfather clock. This is the rest of it right here. So you can get in there. So what we have here is a bunch of bushings that were bad when I got the clock, and I'm trying to show you what some of these clock makers, and I don't quite understand why they try to do this. Well, I do know they're trying to get away without having to tear the clock down and do it properly, and I think it's because they probably don't know how to do it right. Maybe they don't even know how to take the clock apart. I don't know. But here is where you can see this gentleman or lady pinched a bunch of holes. You know, they pinged a bunch of holes around the shaft here. This is where your drive gear comes through. And they would try to make it re-round again. And that doesn't work. All this does right here, all that does is create a flat in this area. And eventually it wears on the shaft of the clock, and the clock will stop again. And it just makes it that much harder to find the true center and repair it with a bushing. So that's kind of what I want to show you, and I've seen that many times, and it's just wrong to do it that way. So I encourage, if you're just starting out or you're trying to learn how to tinker with clocks, learn to do it right. There are a number of good videos out here on the internet that will teach you how to do this properly. So I'm sure I was going to just show you. This says Viking 451050, but it's still a Hermels or Hermely, whatever they call it. And this is just one of those little clocks, and sometimes I'm wondering whether it's worth fixing them. You can buy this unit for I think $205 right now. Used to be $175, but I think it's up to $205 now. And you could almost buy a brand new unit and go back out and stick it in and be done with it. So darn it, I'm really sorry there. A couple of things. I haven't put any videos out for a long time, and my intent was to put on some clock videos, some watch repair videos, some jewelry repair videos, some bead stringing and pearl stringing, and because I do all of it, or I could do all of it in my earlier years. And I thought about teaching a little bit about casting. There's so many people that are really good clock makers out there that can show you the clock repair business, and if you watch some of their videos, they will teach you some unique gear cutting situations and how to build a small bushing tool for re-bushing your clock plates and then putting new bushings in. This is the must. Now on this one here, I'll just show you quickly. I did start rebushing this, and this is not a video to teach you how to do that today. I just wanted to show you what some clockmaker did. And this one here, I just put that bushing in, and these scratches around here, that's somebody that didn't know what they were doing in the first place. But they even X'd them out. But anyway, these are seated, and the oil cups are put back in so that they can be oiled properly. And then I'll put it back together and test it on the test stand and see if we can get it running again for them. There's one up here right now that's on the test stand, and that's another Hermel nice clock. And over here is my two lathes, and I have two or three. I got another lathe, a small lathe. This is my watch bench right here where I'm working. Right now I'm working on a Hamilton 992, and it's got a bad cap jewel on the balance cock, and I'm going to replace that. So I know this looks a little messy, but it's one of those things, you know, I know where everything's at, so as long as nobody messes with it, I'm in good shape. So the other thing here I wanted to just touch bases on is, first of all, I didn't realize how hard it was to edit videos and make them look professional. There is a guy that's on YouTube, and he's building a log cabin, and I've watched a lot of his videos, and it's an inspiration to me. He's got about 2 or 3 years in, and he knows how to edit, and he does a wonderful job. His name's Sean, but he run into the same problem I did. You know, when I first started this, I had a couple quacks that got on there and just devastated the video that I was doing, and it bothered me enough that I thought, you know, I don't need this, and so I quit doing it. And then I started watching his videos, and he's had the same problem. You know, he's got 100,000 likes and he's got 500 dislikes, and some of that is just jealousy, I think, and others are just plain rude. You know, if there's something that you don't like, or if there's a better way of doing something, by all means, you know, get in there and show us, or give us an idea. But you don't need to come in and, you know, just downplay somebody just for your own convenience. So with that, I wanted to get that off my mind. I decided maybe I'll try and run a few more videos, and because I think I could offer a lot of good factual information for you. So there are a lot of clock books out there, and there's a lot of clock companies, by the way. I'll just get back over here. That merits a good clock company to buy tools and bushing tools from, and you can use a lathe and build a little clamping system so that you can do your bushings properly. And there are, like I said, a couple of good videos out there on YouTube that show that. So I wanted to kind of keep this short. I know it's getting towards Thanksgiving. Everybody's got plenty to do, but I wanted to at least show you what that, you know, rounding a hole doesn't work. And I see this more and more. All these pivots here, these top pivots and these here, when I get ready to finish bushing it, I'll go back and I'll pick up all these gears and I'll polish all the pivots. That's another mandatory thing if you don't want a failed clock when you get it back together. A lot of people don't polish those, and I call it a fail, because a lot of times the clock just will not run right, it won't strike properly, or it's too slow yet, and that's because those pivots aren't polished properly. And you would need to also come back here. I use a steel tapered spindle that goes inside these holes. Let's see if I can get where I'm at. Inside these holes, in here and here, I use a special tapered hardened steel spindle, and I spin those and those bushings to burnish them tight. That's another trick that a lot of people I haven't seen do that, but I do, and it seems to eliminate a lot of problems. So anyway, I hope everybody has a real nice Thanksgiving, and I'll see if I can. I'd like to start putting maybe a video up a week. Bear with me. I am not an expert with editing, so you're just going to have to wait until I pick up some tips on it. I've used a couple different programs. I kind of like that shortcut, and I've set it up so if I can figure out how to do it right, I kind of like to, you know, I don't need all the advertising and the fancy stuff. I just want to be able to cut and edit the video so that you guys don't have to spend a lot of time listening to jibber jabber. And you know, by the way, I trained a gal here not too long ago, about 2 years ago or 3 years ago. She came in and I worked with her on the jewelry end of it, and she's doing absolutely fantastic. She lives in North Carolina, or no, is it South Carolina? No, I think she lives in North Carolina. I'm not sure. I'll have to look the name up and see where she lives. But I taught her all the silver jewelry trade, and really proud of her because she's making a lot of really unique jewelry. So with that, I'll say goodbye and happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and we'll catch you later. This is Mike signing off, and thanks for watching the video.